Welcome back to Scissors and Scrubs. I'm Nicole.
I'm Laura.
Excuse me. And this month we picked something for September, but if you've just listened to our last episode, you can see we had to squeeze that one in for September. So this is actually coming out in October, but we're going to talk about it anyway because it was written up. Laura, what was September?
September was National Food Safety Education Month.
OMG.
Yeah,
Tell me all about it.
Well, I got this from fightback.org and
fightback.org.
tdi.texas.gov. In 1994, the National Restaurant Association created National Food Safety Month.
Oh, good for them.
Now, many other food industry businesses, government agencies, and nonprofits have formed the Partnership for Food Safety Education, which has a collective day of action, quote unquote, every September. So
a collective day. What do they have? Like a festival?
I don't think they actually.
This
I think it's like
where
just
you can see E. coli, and this tent's the
I
salmonella
think they
tent.
just put out the information all on the same day.
Okay, fine. Fair enough.
Every September, so a large audience can receive important tips about food safety. In 2024, more than 150 organizations participated, reaching 4 million people in one day.
Wow, that's something.
This observance helps reduce the risk of food poisoning. Every year, 1 in 6 Americans contract foodborne illnesses.
100%.
Leading to around 128,000 hospitalizations and 3,000 deaths.
Didn't we just have a friend whose husband had it or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The education provided every September can help reduce these numbers. The month focuses on the quote-unquote 4 steps of food safety.
What are the 4 steps of food safety? I want to know all about it, Laura.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Number
4
one
steps.
is clean.
Yeah.
Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds before, during, and after food prep and before eating. Wash utensils, cutting boards, countertops, and surfaces with hot, soapy water when cooking.
Why do we have to state this?
I know somebody who doesn't wash their fruits and vegetables, so we have to state this. Always rinse fruits and vegetables under running water.
Speaking of which.
Yeah. Clean. 2, separate. Raw meat, poultry, seafood, and eggs can spread very nasty germs.
Yes,
Separate them from other food when grocery shopping. Like, don't put your chicken
on
in
your
your
rice.
cart and then put like cereal on top of the chicken.
I always bag all of my meat anyway.
Oh,
Everything goes in a bag.
And then I'm like this with the
bag.
So separate them from.
I use the bag like a glove.
Yeah.
So I don't even touch the package.
I do it like I pull it back on my
then
hand
slip
and
it
then
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Separate them from other food and grocery shopping, storing in the fridge, and during food prep. Use separate cutting boards and plates for raw meat, poultry, and seafood to avoid cross-contamination. Number 3, cook. Use a food thermometer to make sure foods cook to the correct internal temperature. Foodsafety.gov provides like this very comprehensive chart of foods and what temps they need to be cooked at. I wasn't going over every single one because it's like every food under the sun.
Betty Crocker's cookbook, it also gives you a comprehensive
I have that.
list.
Step 4, chill.
Cook and chill, baby. Yep. Cook and chill.
Refrigerate perishable foods and leftovers within 2 hours of cooking. Chill within 1 hour if the food is in an environment above 90 Fahrenheit. So if it's like a hot summer's day, put
that shit in the fridge
in an hour. If it's like, today, you can put it in 2 hours.
All right.
And that's it. Just be clean.
Right.
Be clean.
Well, we have a friend who is going to her reunion. And her reunion is being held at a restaurant that within the last, 5 years, was shut down for major health violations. And I have a friend who is a health inspector that told me what some of those health violations were. And one of them was they had 55-gallon buckets, 50 of them, with spaghetti sauce. And they were covered in mold. And they were scraping the mold off the top of the spaghetti sauce and serving it. Meatballs that had been in the freezer for like 10 years.
Oh, my God.
And that's where her reunion is. I'm like, well, don't come home with salmonella or E. coli because that would ruin the reunion.
So I called my very close family member today, the day we're recording, to wish them a happy birthday. And this person usually eats extremely early, like 4:30 dinner. Oh. So I called it like 6 things. And they were like, no, we're going out to eat actually. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Like, yeah, I mean, the kids and the grandkids. at this restaurant in Stoneham. And she's like, but your mother told me it was shut down. And she goes, I don't think so. I think she's thinking of the wrong place. I'm like, nope, it was shut down for violation. She's like, oh, shit. And do you know that I just went to eat at this other restaurant, the one that you were talking about? And she's like, and I think your mother told me that I shouldn't eat there either, because the health inspector said it was really bad. I go, no, I told you. I came to visit you, and I said that because you were on your way out the door. I said, well, don't eat there. You know,
it's disgusting.
She's like, I've never liked that food, anyways. It's like jarred tomato sauce on top of noodles. Like, it's terrible food, and people rave about it.
And it's not cheese; it's a side of mold you're getting with it.
And she's like, but when she said about the jarred tomato sauce, all I could think about was like tubs of tomato sauce. I didn't say that.
You never want to be friends with a person who's a health inspector. You do and you don't, because they're going to tell you where to eat and where not to eat. But the stories you're going to hear are going to make your toes curl, and you're going to want to vomit and never eat out again.
But I was glad when I was like, how about this place? She's like, no, that's good. I'm like, oh,
no, that one's clean.
Yeah.
But Manischewitz, some of the stories, she was telling me one, she used to be a health inspector on a city that touches Boston. So it's not inner city, but it's pretty urban. And they had a Papagino's, and the Papagino's, the entrance was kind of subterranean. And they had a fire. And she's like, and I show up all dressed up. I got my heels on and everything. She goes, and I come down the steps. She goes, and I stepped in what I thought was a puddle. She goes, and it was all cockroaches. She's like, hundreds and hundreds of cockroaches because they got flooded out from the fire. Oh. She's like, I ran down Broadway, stripping my clothes off, throwing shoes. I'm like, oh, I would have had a complete conniption and died right there. You would have had to commit me, because that I can handle some things. I cannot do cockroaches. My daughter is in college, and she sent me a picture of like the traps. Loaded. She's like, this was in the bathroom. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna vomit. I don't know how you're sleeping. I would have like sheets over my head, hoping nothing flew into my face. You should have seen when I lived in Hawaii. It was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. So just be clean.
Well, I'm gonna cover something that I have never heard of, that apparently has been making quite a surge, and actually myself, Mike, and my husband should all be dead from it.
I said that day. I was like, you're gonna leave me with 5 children down here by myself because you're all going to be incapacitated or dead.
Yeah, it's so when I talk about it, you'll see why, and then I'll tell the story. Okay. Get my information from the Cleveland Clinic. Now, I'm going to pronounce it the way I think it's pronounced.
Yeah, it's probably not
It could be completely wrong. Vibrio vulnificus. Vibrio vulnificus. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay.
Can we just call it VV?
VV. All right. It is a type of bacteria you can get from eating undercooked or uncooked shellfish. It can also infect open wounds. So if you are in the water where this bacteria is found, you have a sore or something on your leg, you can get it that way as well. It's just one illness caused by the Vibrio bacteria. Its brother, Vibrio cholera, causes cholera. If left untreated, Vibrio vulnificus will kill you. Oh. Symptoms of VV are fever and chills. I mean, this sounds like a good time. I'm not going to lie. This one I was writing, and I'm like, now this is a good time. It's like tetanus. You're going to have a lot of fun with this. Fever, chills, skin redness or a rash that quickly becomes swollen or painful. Oh. That's pretty. Fluid-filled blisters.
No, I don't like the fluid-filled
on your skin that are large, discolored, and painful. This is a good time. Nausea and vomiting to accompany those blisters.
Of course.
Confusion, altered mental status, elevated heart rate. And you get it from eating raw shellfish like oysters. So we've talked about the oysters we had in Myrtle Beach at Dirty Dan's. We did oyster shooters, Brian, Mike, and I. And I'm pretty sure they were scraped off the exhaust pipe in the parking lot. They were disgusting. I don't know how I don't have Hep A from it. Or Vibrio vulnificus. The incubation period is short, so it goes from your gut to the blood in just a few hours. Like if you get this, you're going to get sick like almost immediately. It's usually seen from May to October in the warmer waters. And they live in, this is my favorite word, Laura, brackish.
Oh, brackish is never good.
It lives in brackish water.
You don't want anything to do with brackish water.
It lives where like the river meets the ocean. And it's a halophile, which I am apparently also a halophile. love salt. Salt loving. I am such a halophile. People with certain conditions like cirrhosis, diabetes, or an altered immune system are more likely to get infected if exposed. Men are more likely to get sick than women. Complications from your pus-filled blisters and swelling and everything else. Thrombocytopenia, which is low platelets, internal bleeding, sepsis, septic shock, necrotizing fasciitis. That's a good time too.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Yesua.
Yeah. Organ damage or death. To test for it, we're going to do blood, poop, sputum, or a tissue test. Treatment. I always hated when people would say, we're going to do a debridement.
I hate debridement.
We're not doing debridements. We're doing debridements. We're going to drain those blisters, Laura.
Oh, that's fun, though. I would like to do that.
Big pus-filled blisters.
I would like to do that.
Amputations.
Yeah, that's not good.
IV fluids, O2 therapy, or you could have doxycycline, cefaticid, a lot of
Some
antibiotics.
antibiotics.
Yeah. Cipro's in there, cefoxta, I can never pronounce them. It can be fatal in 1 in 5 people infected, and that is, the likelihood goes up to like 50% in people with underlying disease.
1 in 5 people?
1 in 5 people
How are
will
we
die
not
from it.
hearing more of this?
Well, it's not that many people get infected, but if 1 in
If you
5
get it,
you're going to die. Okay, so how do you reduce your risk of Vibrio
Don't
vulnificus?
eat gross oysters at Dirty Dan's.
Bingo! Do not eat
Jeez.
raw or undercooked shellfish, especially oysters at Dirty Dan's. I think it says it right
Yeah, that was in the article.
right there. Do not
That's what
eat,
Cleveland Clinic
do not
said.
eat the disgusting, slimy black oysters from Dirty Dan's at Myrtle Beach. Keep cooked and uncooked shellfish and their juices separate to avoid contamination. So you don't want your cooked shrimp mixing with those nasty,
Raw
Dirty
shrimp.
Dan
Ugh.
oysters. Wash your hands after preparing or handling raw shellfish. Wearing gloves can provide an extra layer of protection. Well, if you're shucking oysters, you should have gloves on anyway. You should have like fucking
You're gonna get
chainmail
cut
on
right
your
through.
fingers.
Yeah. Then you definitely get neck fast.
No kidding. Avoid contact with seawater. I thought this said sweater. With seawater and brackish water if you have a wound or a break in your skin and you have had a recent piercing, tattoo, or surgery. So if you've just pierced your tongue, don't go to Dirty Dan's and eat the oysters.
If I'm telling you now, I'm never touching brackish water.
Well, there's weird shit
If
in
I'm on
brackish water.
fire,
There's weird
I'm not
animals.
going in brackish
There's
water.
weird animals in brackish
they're gonna eat
water.
you if you don't get eaten by the
There was
animals.
some weird jellyfish that lived in
Yeah.
brackish water.
Brackish is not good.
It's never good because you get something that likes salt and fresh, and it's going to grow
It's a
weird shit.
disaster.
If you can avoid contact, protect any wounds. Oh, sorry. So if you're in this brackish water, avoid contact and protect your wounds with waterproof coverings. Wash wounds thoroughly if they've been in contact with seawater, raw fish, or its juices. Let me tell you what. You get fucking sores on your feet, don't go in the water.
No.
If you've got a huge gash in you, don't go in the water. If you pick scabs, don't go in the water. You've left yourself open to infection. Like, bleh.
In brackish water, it's not all salt water. Like, you know, like I'll say, like, oh, you have a cut on your knee, go in the ocean. But that's up here
Yes.
where it's cold.
Well, nothing grows in our water. The animals barely
that's
grow in
like
our water.
that's it's
okay?
like cold and salt.
Right.
But brackish is the river, which is fresh,
And
which
it's
has all the
warm. Yes.
infections in it.
I
and
wish you
then
could see your
it's-
hand all the
and then the salt, but the warm salt, which also
Yes.
causes an infection.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Yes, it's disgusting. So why are we discussing this? Well, in the news, Louisiana has seen a particularly sharp spike in severe infections. Of course, because Louisiana
That's
is
the
the most
brackish of brackish.
like if you came to the United States for the first time and you ended up in Louisiana, you'd be like, "What the fuck?" All right?
what is this?
It's what is this place?
the land's
it's like-
underwater somehow.
It's underwater. It's swamp. The cypress trees, fucking alligators, yellow fevers. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's
a lot
great,
of fun.
but it's fucking weird down
Yeah.
there. There's some weird shit down
Literally,
there.
the land
New
is
Orleans
under
is
the
kind of
water.
like a Halloween scene. It's kind of creepy, but it's fun. You never like if somebody came here for the first time, they'd be like, "What is the United States all about?"
And it's wet. It's just wet.
It's
the
just
air is wet.
moist.
Everything's
the entire
wet.
state is moist. All right, so it has reported 2025. It has reported 20 hospitalizations due to Vibrio vulnificus,
Wow.
4 resulting in death,
Woof.
which is much higher numbers than usual, prompting the Louisiana, Wheezy, I'm coming, Wheezy, the Louisiana Department of Health to issue an alert warning residents. During the same time period over last decade, they saw an average of 7 cases and 1 death per year.
Wow.
Of these cases reported in Louisiana, 75% were caused by wounds exposed to seawater. What the fuck are you doing down there? You got all your ulcerous feet walking through
in the
crawfishing?
brackish
What are you
water?
doing in that brackish water?
Don't get in brackish water.
Ugh.
Especially down there.
Yes.
No.
You got all kinds of weird
there's
shit in that
those
water.
alligators and shit between the trees.
Yeah. I remember watching Dirty Jobs. I love Mike Rowe. All
I do
right.
too.
I'm watching Dirty Jobs, and they're in Louisiana. And he's with like a wicked Cajun guy. This guy you can barely understand. He's speaking English, you would never know it.
No.
So
It's a different language.
It's
unto
a
itself.
different language. So they're going to go catfish. So he's in his little fucking boat. So the way they catfish, apparently, is those cypress trees that are sunken. They're in waders, and you put your finger, and you wiggle your finger, and the catfish goes hug onto your finger, and you drag him out from the cypress. I don't need it that bad.
No.
I don't need to eat that. And so Mike Rowe's in there, and he's waiting. He's like looking at the guy, and I've told this story before. I'm like, he's like, is there alligators in this bar? And the guy's like, sometimes. And he's like, do they bite people? He's like, sometimes. He's like, has anybody ever been killed? Sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, get me out of this fucking water. And Mike Rowe caught a big old catfish.
I'm not wiggling my finger in the water for fish to come bite me.
I'm not getting in
I'm
swamp
not
water.
getting it anyways. No.
Water moccasins,
No.
spiders,
Alligators. No.
alligators, crawfish.
No.
Nope.
I can only imagine the feeling.
Of it eating your
The
finger.
the silt on the bottom, like how gross that is. Well,
I'm not. No, I went to Louisiana. It was beautiful. I don't want to go back.
No.
The spike in cases comes as the country faces heat waves, extreme floods, and severe storms, which may impact this bacteria's spread.
yeah, that'll do it.
Yes. I got to do a page flip.
Also, just an FYI, we loved Dirty Dan's and had a great time there.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Three
we
t-shirts
go back
later.
there. Yeah.
I would go back.
I mean, we're talking about the oysters, but
the oysters were disgusting.
Dirty Dan's is a great place.
It was just before we got hit by a tornado.
Yes.
Okay, so far in 2025, as of August 20th, this is the states that have reported outbreaks of Vibrio vulnificus.
Okay.
Louisiana, 20 cases. Florida, 17 cases. Maryland, 9 cases. North Carolina, 7 cases. Virginia, 8. Texas, 5. Alabama, 3. Georgia, 2. South Carolina, 2. Arizona, 1.
Arizona.
California, 1. Connecticut, 1.
Whoa.
Mississippi, another weird state, 1. Massachusetts, best state ever, 1. New Jersey, 1. New Mexico, 1. New York, 1.
Wow.
Deaths in 2025, Louisiana, 4. Wheezy. Florida, 5. And Maryland, 1.
Well, Florida, it's an older population. They're going to have more deaths.
Well, they also have weird brackish water.
Oh,
and
they have a
swamp
ton of.
shit.
I'm just saying. You said like the immunocompromised,
Yeah, well, that's true.
diabetic. Well,
All those diabetic feet. We'll go wash off in the brackish water.
yeah,
It'll be
don't go in
grand.
the brackish water, ladies.
No, so I mean, Florida's another state. It's a really bizarre state. You got like wicked money in Miami, or you got hillbillies in the middle of the state living God knows what in the swamps.
No, I'm not going to Florida either.
I don't like Florida. If you sawed it off and sent it to Cuba, I would be.
That's
okay.
also always wet.
Yes,
It's a swamp.
it's moist.
It's just swamps down there.
Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Florida. They're all the same.
Yeah, they're low level, low lying.
They're swampy,
lands. Yeah,
floody-ish.
yeah. I
A lot
can't
of
do it.
hurricanes go through there. No, not for me.
Yeah, no.
Food's fantastic.
Delicious.
Food's fantastic. But all right, that being said, stay out of the brackish water. It'll
Clean
kill
your
you.
hands.
Clean your
Clean
hands.
your food.
Wash your food. Like
Don't cross contaminate.
yes, like you should know. Don't cut your chicken on the cutting board and then go and cut your salads and put them like you're gonna get salmonella.
Yeah.
That's not a good time either. Any of these foodborne parasites
Terrible.
are not a good time.
Terrible.
Not a good time.
Hot soapy water.
Hot soapy water. Wash your shit. All right. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Like, subscribe, rate, and review the Scissors and Scrubs podcast on whatever podcast app you listen to us on. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Scissors and Scrubs. And email us any of your stories or thoughts to scissorsandscrubs@gmail.com.